Hey guys, it's Josh Brown. In this next clip, my colleague Dan LaRosa speaks with Dina Isola about why it's so important for women to be part of the investment process for every household. Dina speaks a lot on the topic of retirement planning for teachers, women in investing. She's testified before Congress before. She's just a super accomplished and approachable investment advisor. Her clients love her, and I think you're gonna like what she has to say. And if there are people in your life who you think need to hear this message, by all means, feel free to pass this on. With that being said, Dan LaRosa, Dina Isola, take it away.
Hi, I'm Dina Isola, and I'm joined with my colleague Dan LaRosa, and we're talking about something very near and dear to my heart, which is women and investing.
Right. Dina, you work a lot with teachers, and teachers are predominantly women,
Yes.
right? So what differences have you seen in terms of savings for retirement or really just general finances?
Sure. So women have some unique challenges, and that is that retirement is going to probably last longer for them because of longevity, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
So it's imperative that they participate, and yet there's this reluctance to get involved, this complex that maybe they're not savvy enough, they don't know what they're doing, and let's face it, they're not really represented in the financial services industry.
Right.
So all the messages are kind of telling them this is not the sandbox they should be hanging out in,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. Sure. So because of that, they tend not to get involved, and that becomes very dangerous to them because they're not going to save enough. If you're not plugged in and participating and paying attention to it, and you don't think it's relevant, and you think your spouse maybe is taking care of it, there's a good chance that you're not going to be prepared.
Right, and that's ironic because those that are involved in investing in finances are kind of better than men, right? I mean, just less impulsive.
I believe it was Fidelity did a study on women and investing, and the takeaway was that women have a lot of the attributes that make for a good investor. They tend to be more patient and less impulsive. Sure. They tend to want to really understand what they're doing. So men tend to think they're more capable than they actually are. No knock on men. I'm sure there are plenty of men out there who do know what they're doing.
Yep.
However, that being said, women tend to sometimes sit on the sidelines too long. They tend to think they have to know it perfectly before they jump in, and that's a huge mistake as well.
Also, women just generally make less, they earn less money than men, right? That's a fact.
So yeah, because first of all, women typically may take some time off, whether it's to raise children, whether it's to be caretaker for parents. So they lose Social Security benefits. Right. They lose the opportunity to put into a retirement plan, right? And so for teachers, that is really detrimental because a lot of them are relying on the pension, right? They think of that pension, but for many of them, you have to be putting in 30 years to get that maximum benefit. A lot of teachers aren't going to get that max pension benefit. And it's also going to handcuff them maybe to a job longer than they would like because they're going to try and maximize that pension. But if they're saving for retirement on their own, then they have the flexibility to do things on their time frame.
Right. So even those that aren't teachers without a pension, right? I mean,
correct.
We have a young child at home, and my wife recently went through this. She's out of work for a few months and trying to figure out when to go back and how often to go back. It's just another thing that women have to juggle that, generally speaking, men don't have to deal with or will deal with less than women.
Right. And the impact won't be felt for a while, right? And I'm sure she's not looking at her Social Security benefit now
right.
and seeing,
Sure.
what time away is going to do. It's not an urgent, immediate kind of problem like a bill coming in, like, oh, this needs to be paid now. So it's easy for women to put it off. There's not this hard deadline of, well, you better fund this right this minute or else something bad's going to happen. Your credit score is going to take a ding. No, it's not like that. And so that's part of the problem.
So the takeaways here are what? Get involved, contribute when you have
Yes.
a retirement plan available to you. And even if you don't, you can still save for retirement, right?
Very important. So non-working spouse can absolutely contribute to an IRA, and that is a very smart thing to do. That's, I think psychologically it's an important thing. When someone is staying at home, and I've been in this position where you're not earning money, to take some sort of step to strengthen yourself financially is psychologically very important.
Great stuff, Dina. Thank you so much.
This was fun. Thanks.